Hello everyone, I'm Professor Han-Jin Lee from School of Creative Convergence Education at Handong Global University. Today, let's recap our journey through virtual reality. Can't wait to see it. Let's get into it. First of all, we're gonna summarize of virtual reality as 7 attributes. The first one, concept and definition. Second, characteristics. Third, development history and system architecture. Also, we want to cover advantages and disadvantages. After that, we will see various application fields, and lastly, implementation of virtual reality environments. So let's get into it. Here's pop quiz. Could you remember this? When we think of VR, we often imagine device like this. The one shown on the screen is the Oculus Quest 2, which is a product released by Meta. Let's take a closer look at VR. Do you remember what VR stands for? Yes, that's right. Virtual reality. Yeah. Virtual reality can be defined as an artificially created environment situation or the technology itself that closely resemble reality, but it's not actual. If this concept is a bit challenging, the next slide should help clarify. Consider that our daily life is what we call reality. However, if we extend this reality to include augmented reality and virtual world, we get what is known as mixed reality. Within this broader context, virtual reality represents a more immersive experience, often creating environments that feel real even though they are artificial. The term of VR encompasses technology and experience that stimulate these environments, allowing users to interact with them. Meanwhile, there are 4 main characteristics of virtual reality. As you can see, presence, autonomy, interaction, and immersion. The first, presence, where you feel like you are in a different world. Secondly, autonomy, where you can move and act freely within the virtual environment. The third characteristic is interaction, which allows users to manipulate virtual objects and receive feedback. Lastly, immersion, where you can deeply engage with a virtual world. Virtual reality has a surprisingly long history. I didn't even know about that. But this tracking back to the early 19th century. In 1832, English physicist Charles Weston invented the stereoscope, an early device that used parallax to create illusion of depth, laying the foundation for VR. In 1935, Stanley Weinbaum popularized the concept in his science fiction story, Pygmalion's Spectacles, which deficit a virtual experience with holograms, tactile feedback, and various sensory elements. In 1962, Morton Halleck, a Hollywood cinematographer, created Sensorama, a more structured VR system with visual elements, motion, sound, and sense to simulate a complete experience. In 1990s, marked the beginning of the VR HMD era, with the first head-mounted display and controls leading to more immersive VR experiences. By the 21st century, companies like Meta and HTC Vive had brought significant advancement to VR technology, making it more accessible and widely used in various fields. Finally, we are seeing VR in its more familiar form. The three VR devices shown on the screen, HTC Vive Pro, Oculus Quest 2, and PlayStation VR are well-known examples. These devices known as HMDs. As you can see, HMD stands for head-mounted display, which is a head-worn display devices. Now, let's review how to use them in a VR environment. In a VR environment using an HMD, there are mainly three ways to interact with a virtual world. First is using controllers with buttons. The second is truly hand tracking technology, allowing you to interact with a virtual object using your actual hands. And the third is truly eye tracking technology, which enables interaction using your gaze. Next, let's discuss the advantage and disadvantage of virtual reality in detail. VR offers many benefits, with the first being sensory presence. It provides highly immersive and interactive experience, allowing users to feel like they are in a real environment. Another advantage is that VR can provide safe and efficient way to learn complex procedures or skills. This is particularly useful in training and education, where simulation can reduce risk and increase engagement. A third advantage is entertainment, where VR offers new and exciting experience in gaming, movie, and other media. Final advantage is the potential therapeutic application. VR has been used to treat psychological issues like phobias, PTSD, by providing controlled environment for therapy. However, every technology has a dark side, which is disadvantages. First drawback of VR is motion sickness, which can cause dizziness or nausea due to prolonged uses or rapid movement in virtual environment. Users should be aware of this and take break if needed. The second disadvantage is cost. High quality VR hardware and equipment are often expensive, limiting accessibility for everybody use. As technology advances and costs decrease, VR could become more widely available. The third drawback is technological limitation. Despite significant progress, VR has not yet achieved perfect realism, and there are still safety and reliability concerns. For some users, this can diminish the sense of immersion. Final disadvantage is safety. As mentioned earlier, using devices like HMDs can lead to accidents if users are unaware of their surroundings. Proper safety precautions and supervisions are essential when using VR to prevent injuries or accidents. These are the main advantages and disadvantages of VR. Proper awareness and careful use can help mitigate some of these issues. Now, we want to cover all the areas of VR fields. In these days, education, architecture, medical area could be used widely. VR helps with scientific experience and stimulation and providing a safe learning environment. In architecture area, it allows clients and architects to virtually tour designs, offering a quick way to visualize projects. Also in the medical area, VR stimulates complex surgery, enabling safe practice and training. This helps medical professionals refine their skills and reduce risk. VR also finds application in tourism, defense, and aviation, showing its versatility across different industries. These diverse uses make VR an interesting technology to explore. As mentioned earlier, the VR environment is designed as a 360-degree space. It requires considerable effort and time to create due to its complexity. We are also exploring an AI tool that simplifies this process. It is called Blockade Labs Skybox AI, a service that easily creates virtual reality environments through text prompt. This experience might inspire the development of more innovative and user-friendly services. I hope you all continue to explore this area with interest, as there is a lot of potential for existing new VR experiences. Okay, we've summarized what we learned in the VR section, and now let's recap with a quiz. Here's our first quiz. The concept of virtual reality first emerged in the 21st century. True or false? What's your choice? You have 3 seconds to think. 3, 2, 1. The answer is false. That's right. Good job. The concept of virtual reality was first described in the science fiction novel The Spectacle of Pygmalion in 1935. That's good. Okay, let's go to a second quiz. Virtual reality offers immersive experience in education, thereby enhancing learning effectiveness. True or false? What's your choice? 3, 2, 1. The answer is, oh, that's true. As we saw earlier with a potentially risky science simulation, VR can be used effectively to create immersive experience, allowing for more effective education and training. That's a good job. Next question. VR interaction methods include controllers, hand tracking, and eyebrow tracking. What do you think? I will give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. The answer is false. That's right. A VR interaction method includes controllers, hand tracking, and eye tracking, not eyebrow tracking. Yeah, that's a good job. Last question. Please select one answer among these. What does not correspond to characteristic of a virtual reality? Number 1, presence. Number 2, autonomy. Number 3, interaction. Number 4, inexpensive. I will give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is number 4. That's right. Immersion is the characteristic of virtual reality, not inexpensive. That's a good job. All right. Let's wrap up our discussion of virtual reality today. We summarize key concepts, history, and application of virtual reality. I hope you feel confident about virtual reality and can explain it to your friends, like a presence, autonomy, interactions, immersion, education and training with HMD. Thank you for your engagement. See you next time. Stay tuned.